Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the Debunked podcast in association with Callaway. I'm Michael McEwen. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're listening, thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, equally, thanks. It is a great week, ladies and gents. This is my Christmas. Halloween is taking place at the end of this week. I am happy as Larry. I think if you're a regular listener to the podcast, you've been tuning in over the last few years, you'll be well aware Michael McEwen loves a bit of Halloween. The house is decorated, the garden is looking resplendent, the treats are ready, the toffee onions are good to go for the little kids round the corner that cause me problems. Maybe some chocolate Brussels sprouts as well thrown in, we will see. But yeah, I am in a good mood. That's the point. I am happy as Larry. What about the two guys sitting next to me, I wonder? Gear editor James Tate, performance editor Lewis Fraser. You know, festive season treats and goodwill to all men to you, gents.
Thanks very much.
Festive.
I know.
What's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. Salutations.
Yeah.
There you go. How you both doing? Are you well?
Doing well.
Doing well.
Yeah, toffee onions,
Yeah.
you said.
So toffee apples for the good kids.
Yeah.
Toffee onions for... There's a couple of kids round
Right.
about that just pose me nothing but problems. There's this one that decided, and I watched it happen from my study window upstairs, like just looking downstairs, looking outside the window, and I noticed this kid back in the summer who lives nearby. He's not in the same street, but he lives nearby, and he was running past my garden, and he took a big swing, a big kick at one of the flowers on the flower bed and just took the head clean off.
No.
So I'm ready for him.
That's
This is
horrible.
where I get my payback.
That's
Jesus.
brutal.
Kids
Why would you
these
do
days,
that?
Lewis, what's that about?
Yeah, I know.
So,
No need.
There's no need for that.
No.
Did you do that when you were younger, Lewis?
No,
was
of
that
course not.
Was that,
straight up
Absolutely no
vandalism?
was that a
chance.
younger
Yeah.
Lewis
I was a
Fraser in
nice
the
kid.
pig?
I'd never do that.
I mean, it's just a tulip. Why?
Yeah.
Why
Is that
would you
anything
do
to
that?
you? Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway,
Oh,
Lewis, how was your weekend? What you got up to?
Yeah, fine, thank you. I did some shopping yesterday in a new shop in Glasgow, which is Uniqlo. Now,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
know
went
Uniqlo.
in with the intention of coming out looking like Adam Scott.
Yeah, I was about to say.
and or Roger Federer, and neither of those things have worked out.
Well, for the
right,
benefit of those listening, you're
Yeah.
not wearing brown, so
I'm
you
not-
failed straight away.
I failed
Yeah.
straight away. I'm not actually wearing any of the stuff I bought. Either.
What's it like, though? All joking aside, I mean, we've had a good laugh about Adam Scott's fashion over
Yeah.
the years. Is everything in there beige and brown and
There's a
autumn
lot.
colours?
There's a lot of tan in there. I must
Right.
say, a lot of tan trousers and like wide-legged
Okay.
stuff. But it's not all beige or brown or tan. There is some whites and blues. Yeah, very nice stuff.
Good.
Probably the busiest shop I've ever been in
Really?
all my days. Yeah, so
Is,
busy.
that,
Really?
is it
It's-
maybe just new, though?
Yeah,
People
because
are
it's
curious?
new.
That
Yeah,
buzz.
people are curious like
Yeah.
me. And one of those where it's quite a small building. So there's just people like getting in each other's way.
Right.
And you're
yeah.
like standing looking at something, someone comes and like elbows you out the road. I'm like,
That's just Glasgow.
yeah, I know,
That's-
but like in
That's not
particular,
Uniqlo.
I went
Yeah.
into a couple other shops and it's like empty. Like staff are like buzzing to see someone coming in and then going to Uniqlo and it's mobbed. So if you're thinking about going, give it a few weeks would be my advice.
Yeah.
So have you got a
Calms
full
down.
golf outfit though for the course?
Not
That's a
quite.
question.
It wasn't. I didn't really see like golf specific stuff. I think they just give that to Adam Scott and just don't.
I'm not
Don't
sure
let
they have
anyone
golf
else.
specific stuff. I think they just give them tan polos and good luck.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm-
that'll kind of work. You
Uh-huh.
can put that together.
Nah, I wasn't going for.
So no
for golf
Roger
stuff.
Federer outfit either. So your
Oh
tennis,
yeah, there's the.
or your tennis career is going
all
to kick off
whites,
now.
All whites Wimbledon outfit will be on
Dunno,
show
it's-
next week.
There's a nice aroma in here today, though. Are you wearing Roger Federer for men? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
yeah.
That's what I'm going with. Nah,
Very good.
Andy Murray all the way.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
speaking of Andy Murray, his doppelganger,
Oh,
James.
yes,
thank you.
that's
How
the
was
segment.
your weekend? What you got up to?
Absolutely nothing, and it was glorious because, as we know, I've been collecting the air miles recently. But no, I just went to the gym. It's kind of off-season training for me for long drive kind of stuff, kind of kicking off now. So just trying to keep on top of stuff, and then went for a lovely walk around the old course with the dogs on Sunday,
Very good.
which is obviously a public park to everyone that
was
wants
it
to.
busy?
No, it was absolutely dead.
Really?
Yeah, well, the weather wasn't great kind of first thing in the morning, and then come 12:30, it was kind of dried out a little bit, but there was nobody on the new course of the Jubilee,
So
which
I
is
have a
quite
question.
interesting. Yes.
You obviously, I mean, I think everyone knows by now that the courses at St Andrews, Old Course, etc., they're all closed on Sunday, part of a long-standing decree, I think, in the town. It's a
Mhm.
town law, isn't it? That it
Yeah.
has to be returned to a public space. What sort of stuff do you see go on there? And the reason I say that is because I took my daughter there a couple of years ago, and she saw the road hole bunker. After she ran across the Swilcan Bridge, she saw the road hole bunker, decided to jump in it, and then she was doing like sand angels, which I was affronted by. I'd say, like, would you just get out of there? That's sacred ground.
Yeah.
Is that a regular occurrence, or is that just my runaway daughter?
I think it will probably happen more than you think.
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen it before, I have to say. But yeah, look, it's a public park. You get, sometimes in the summertime, you get folks sitting with a picnic blanket with kids and stuff on the 1st and 18th fairway. And then they go down to the beach or something like that. So
no, I just can't have that.
Yeah, it just seems a bit much.
It's hallowed ground, doesn't it? I mean, I get it, and it is
wrong.
nice. It's a nice thing that they do, that people can, anyone can just walk on the golf course and to whatever extent do as they please. But
I mean, I personally wouldn't do that, but
yeah, like Tiger Woods is one there, Jack Nicklaus, Seve.
You're just having a picnic.
There's some kid kicking off because they've got carrot sticks instead of something else, and there's your picnic blanket, and it's not for me.
No, like I think the whole being able to kind of walk it on Sunday and kind of, like you say, see where some of the greats have kind of been
totally
and played.
Different. Yeah,
totally different. Which is kind of what I like to do, is where I kind of come in on most of the time from the house is kind of right on the back of the 17th green, and then kind of walk down the 17th and just kind of go out a few holes and almost do a little loop and kind of come back and cut a few different roads.
You walk in the golf course is the point you're making. You don't sit there with a picnic blanket and someone got the hummus.
Yeah. Who's got
very St.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, maybe you do.
I know. Who's got the Pims? No, but no, that was my weekend, and then also on Saturday watched the mighty Man United win 4-2 and almost get into the top 4 of the Premier League. So that was good too.
Yeah, it's still early in the season, mate. Calm down.
I know.
Can I ask
Tell that
what's
to the
Halloween
Arsenal
like in
fans.
St Andrews?
Well, when we were younger, it was pretty lively. Lots of eggs being thrown.
Oh, right, okay.
And
in St Andrews?
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but free range eggs.
Yeah. Organic, only the best. From Marks and Spencer's.
Waitrose eggs.
Nah, what you'll find is when you get out of the town, you start going into more of the residential areas where obviously all the kids are. Peasants, no. Where all the families and everyone kind of live. There's so many kids that will go door to door, and you've got a place kind of up towards Bogward Road where we used to go. There's like a kind of housing. There's a couple housing estates and lots of houses around there, and everyone's kind of got their houses decorated. Kids are walking around with their parents and everything. It's quite fun. And obviously, I've got 2 nephews as well. So
do people dress up as golfers? Like, have you ever seen a kid dressed up as? Well, for example, Seve with the blue Slazenger jumper, the beautifully combed hair. Do you see anyone dressed up as, I don't know, Payne Stewart or whatever?
No, I've never seen anything like that. It's normally kids just dressed as skeletons and pumpkins and all that kind of stuff.
It's a shame.
They're missing
a trick.
Yeah, really missing a trick. That would go down well with the locals.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Some people listening and watching may or may not be aware of this, but St Andrews has very famously got a Christmas shop that all year round, it's all about Christmas. And this place does a roaring trade. We went in there in the summer and it was packed out. Tourists obviously coming over and helping themselves to a St Andrews bauble or whatever else. A St Andrews Halloween shop would be in fact, I've just had a little brainwave there.
Don't
combining my passions.
Yeah. Don't give away your secret.
We're going to have to cut this out so no one steals the idea.
Dex is writing a business plan down right now.
I feel like St Andrews, it's obviously got a lot of history and a lot of heritage.
Yeah.
The time that I see fireworks at St Andrews, it's during Dunhill Links Week.
Yep.
I don't see the big occasions. Other times of the year, like what's Christmas look like there? What's Halloween look like? There's a big gap in the market for a Halloween in St Andrews.
Yeah.
With, costumes specifically about golf and golf heritage, like zombie golfers and ghost golfers. And imagine an old Tom Morris Halloween outfit. That would sell by the dozen.
Does it? Yeah,
honestly,
let's do this. We've got a year to plan for next year. We can't do it this week. That's too short.
You
notice,
say that,
yeah.
You
No,
think?
that's probably too
Yeah.
short notice.
Yeah.
next year, sorry.
You could
Do
have
it.
floats going through the street and all that,
Mhm.
sort of make it like properly spooky St.
like,
Andrews.
like the New York parade.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
And
you could.
there's
You could
something
do.
in this.
Here,
by the way.
James isn't sold on it, but I'm sold on it. So
Of course,
we can do
James
it,
isn't
Michael.
sold
Yeah,
on it. He's
I
a
know,
local. He doesn't want
Nah,
anything in his
doesn't
town.
want anyone.
Yeah.
Doesn't even want
town.
tourists.
No.
Stay out.
Stay out.
And he says housing estate. You know, he's talking about houses at like 500 grand and up.
Yeah,
But when he says housing estate, I hear the scheme.
I know, yeah, the scheme. That's not what it is at all.
It's not Craig
Marvin,
Beatty.
Dana, and Bill at the
Aye.
Dug. That's what I hear. But anyway, look,
anyway.
we could discuss Halloween in a lot more detail. But in fact, let's just quickly finish up there before we go to the big question. Very quickly, favorite Halloween movie? Lewis, go.
Oh God, you put me on the spot there.
That is-
I'm having a complete mind blank.
Right,
James, go. Sorry.
It's not really a Halloween movie. Well, it's a scary film, but
Yeah, that's good
I
enough.
always thought Jeepers Creepers, the first one, was
Absolutely phenomenal.
what a shout that is, isn't it?
Great shout.
I thought that was a great
Great
film when
shout.
it came out.
Would agree with that wholeheartedly. Brilliant shout. Lewis?
Oh, move on. Sorry.
Lewis doesn't watch scary movies, does he?
I don't. I don't.
I live alone. I won't sleep.
I just like chick flicks.
Is Mean Girls a Halloween movie?
Oh,
I don't know.
Is it?
Is it too early for the holidays?
So I'm going to throw a couple in there.
Mm.
Go
Just
for it.
OG Halloween, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, Jamie Lee Curtis, absolutely superb movie. But more recently, I watched a movie called Weapons over the weekend.
All right,
With
okay.
Julia Garner. Remember the one from Ozark?
Mhm.
Blonde-haired girl.
Yes. Yeah.
And Josh Brolin, who is quite clearly Brooks Koepka in disguise.
Right.
That movie, oh my God,
Is it good?
incredible.
Is it on? What's on?
It's on, you can get it from Sky Store, you can rent it at the moment
All right,
for
okay.
like £7. Absolutely brilliant. So if you're looking for a Halloween movie to watch this week, something a bit scary, and
Mm.
it is completely original, by the way.
Yeah.
That's my problem with cinema just now.
Yeah.
This has turned into the
Yeah.
Empire podcast
Yeah.
of Total Film. My problem with cinema these days, it's just everything's a sequel.
Yeah.
You look at the movies that are coming out in 2026 that they're telling you to get hyped about, and it's like
Mhm.
something 2, something 5,
Yeah.
another Avengers.
Scream 25.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm up for that. Scream 7's
Yeah.
coming out early in the new year.
Yeah.
But yeah,
7.
everything's
No.
sequels. This isn't.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
an original
Yeah.
idea. So good.
I'll watch it. And I'll get back to you next week.
I've
and
got-
see if
there
that's,
you go.
Yeah,
I've
that's my homework
I've got
for the
I've got
podcast.
one for you as well, Liz.
Go on.
The Woman in Black
All right.
Oh my God.
with Daniel Radcliffe.
Scary.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
Really, very
Really-
unsettling.
Really,
no,
but-
I don't,
But
you're not
obviously,
selling it to me at
but
all.
not too long after obviously did Harry Potter, but
Yeah.
like really good.
I would agree with that.
It's-
Also,
Okay.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
right,
we
enough
could go
Halloween
on.
chat. We've got golf to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yes.
And we'll kick it off as we always do with the big question.
The Bunkered Podcast, brought to you by the new Elite Driver from Callaway.
Okay, thank you, Callaway. Big question this week, gentlemen, and the biggest talking point, I think, probably from the last week. You may have seen this. Good have decided to sponsor an actual PGA Tour event. You may or may not be familiar with Good. If you're not, I'd be slightly surprised that one of the biggest golf accounts on YouTube becoming quite the movement. And as the PGA Tour returns to Texas as part of the FedEx Cup fall schedule next November, Good are sponsoring an event there called the Good Championship. The team there, they've got almost 2 million subscribers on YouTube and are undoubtedly one of the most popular golf channels on the platform. Announced in the news last week, PGA Tour's Chief Competitions Officer, Tyler Dennis, said the PGA Tour is proud to return to the great city of Austin for the first time since 2023 for the Good Championship, an exciting new event as part of the FedEx Cup fall. We're pleased to partner with Good Golf and Omni Hotels and Resorts on this unique event as the PGA Tour further connects and engages with our game's younger fans. I think that last point there is the most salient one of the lot. So the big question to you guys is YouTube golf the future? James, you are, I guess, the face and the voice of the Bunkered YouTube channel. So you may have you've got some skin in the game here. So what do you think? Is YouTube golf the future? And if so, what is that future?
I think it could be. I'm kind of on the fence as like, is it the future? Are we going to be seeing more kind of like, I would say, events on YouTube, shall we say, not just obviously on, Sky Sports or Sky Golf, for
Mhm.
example. But it definitely seems like there has been quite a big shift in the last kind of couple of years. I mean, the guys at Good have tapped into something, and let's be honest. I mean, the fact that they're sponsoring a PGA Tour event just shows you that they're making far too much money.
Well, yeah. So for people who don't know Good, what is it they're doing? What is it they've tapped into?
So they all started out as like a group of young lads just basically videoing themselves playing golf around these golf courses. Now they're all different kind of levels and abilities. If we go right back to the very start, it's like you had Garrett Clark doing trick shots in his backyard.
Right. Okay.
So he had slabs out where he was hitting balls through his legs and the ball was ending up in the hole. And it kind of started from there. He obviously got a couple of his friends to kind of join, and then he started going out on the course. A lot of them are just young, quite relatable guys, not too cocky. You had Mika Morris at the time. He's an incredibly good player. And was at one point probably almost good enough to, do kind of a qualifying school.
What, turn pro, really?
Yeah, there's a couple.
That good?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a couple of them,
Good.
and then you had
Sorry.
you had Grant Horvat as well was a part of Good, along with Luke Kwan as well. But they're all incredibly good golfers.
So I'm still not sure though. What is it they're doing? Are they just filming themselves having fun? Are they filming themselves playing golf?
Yeah, they're literally.
What is it?
It's just vlogging themselves playing golf. That's
Okay.
essentially what it is. Yes, there's different kind of formats and games that they'll play against each other, but that's really how they all started out.
Yeah, they seem to have tapped into that thing. That,
Different personalities as well, which people
Yeah.
can relate to.
Yeah,
It's
it's
always-
like people like people. It's almost
Yeah,
if you dial it all the way back, it's like when Big Brother started on Channel 4 in 2000, and it tapped into the public consciousness in a way that I don't think people were expecting.
mm-hmm.
Yes, celebrities are all well and good, but there's something about ordinary people doing ordinary things that ordinary people really, really like to watch and
Yeah.
be that fly in the wall for.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you're a little bit undecided. Lewis, what about you? YouTube golf, is that the future of golf generally?
Not of the sport as a whole. Like the PGA Tour is still going to exist if YouTube golf dies out, but it's a massive part of it. It's bringing you look at the numbers that people like Good and other channels,
Mhm.
Bryson DeChambeau, people like the Four Brothers that are good fun,
Yeah.
like, sort of not quite the same level standard of golf, but comedy stuff really.
Mhm.
So it's a huge part of the future, and I think it's a good thing. Like bringing younger audiences to the game. I've got friends who aren't really that interested in golf, but they'll watch Bob Does Sports, like hilarious stuff on YouTube, watch Bryson, and won't care about watching Live Golf, but they'll watch Bryson on YouTube and think,
Yeah.
this is brilliant, it's really entertaining because of some of the guests that he gets on. So yeah, there's a big part of that as the future, but you're right, it's not about watching really, really good high-level golf, because you can watch that in the PGA Tour, European Tour, with
Relatable golf.
it's relatable golf and relatable personalities
Yeah.
on the channel. So there's a huge part of it that is the future. And yeah, like I say, you look at the numbers that these channels get. Like Bryson has his like Break 50 series, and he had Adam Sandler on recently,
Mhm.
which is topical for reasons that we've discussed before.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore too. I think that's had over 8 million views,
Yeah.
which is just obscene. I mean, that's more than
I know.
the population of Scotland
Mhm.
Yeah.
have watched this video of Bryson playing with Adam Sandler. So
Yeah.
it's a huge part of it. And whether you like it or not, we're going to have to embrace this as part of professional
Yeah.
golf going forward, because like you mentioned, Good are now very much involved with PGA Tour.
Yeah, you make a good point. The audience is there. The audience is ready. The audience is waiting, and the audience is probably quite big.
Mhm.
Bear in mind, though, that's a global number.
Yeah.
8 million or so. And I am not turning up my nose at it. But this idea that YouTube has already taken over the more linear format of program consumption, if you want, I don't agree with it. I mean, the first episode there of the Celebrity Traitors, which is on the BBC,
Unbelievable.
has been, by the way, I'd win, has already been watched by over 11.7 million viewers to date. So that's
that just the first episode
yeah,
alone?
the
Wow.
first episode alone. 12 million people get more or less have tuned in to watch that. That's 50% more than, and that's just a UK audience. That's
Mhm.
50% more than the global audience that has watched Bryson play with
Hmm.
Adam Sandler. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but for all the talk of numbers and all that sort of stuff, I still think there's a long ways to go. But it's impressive how far they've come in a short time.
That's the thing.
I'd
It
agree
has
with
been
that.
a short time. I mean, think back to, well, this is quite a long time ago, but like Rick Shields doing like his how to stop chunking it in his Manchester driving range. And things kind of sort of progressed from them. But it seems like in the last couple of years, there's really a lot of momentum behind this movement, and that people like go out and buy merchandise for these brands. Like, see people going about with good like caps on. Bob Does Sports got own clothing line. I'm sure there's other channels that have their own stuff that is really capturing this younger audience, sort of older teenagers that want to just be able to click onto YouTube and watch someone like Grant Horvat do these funny challenges, or like his series where he's just trying to shoot like the best score possible with whoever it is. Like, there's a real audience for this, and it's growing massively and quickly. So I know what you're saying about like celebrity traders, and I get the comparison that you're making. This a worldwide audience, but the numbers are growing so quickly. So I can only see that continuing, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're obviously making a lot of money as well.
Yes.
That's the other part of it, because it's not cheap to sponsor a PGA Tour event. It's not cheap to sponsor any event, but we're talking about the PGA Tour. Granted, this is the off-season, so I suspect it's not going to cost quite as much as a signature event or even something like the John Deere Classic. Nonetheless, a lot of cash to pony up. It shows that, and I think the thing about that is that with a lot of money, that's the quickest route to longevity, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that you're going to be fine until such times as you run out of cash, but clearly they're not. And they're using some of the, I presume, surplus to invest in a PGA Tour event. That would suggest to me this isn't going to be the last that you see a YouTube account sponsoring a PGA Tour event. Is it too far-fetched to think that, you know, we may see an LPGA event that's the Page Spinanak Classic, for example?
Not far-fetched at all.
Is that out of the question?
No, definitely not.
That's out of the question as well.
No, it's not. Yeah, you're right. Like, there's a lot of money to be made in this, evidently, because, as you say, sponsoring a PGA Tour event is not something that comes cheap. John Deere won't be getting it cut price, or Zurich, or Rocket
I think
Mortgage.
you just need to look at the type of companies that are sponsoring PGA Tour events. In the main, they tend to be banks and investment funds and
Valspar.
Like huge international brands.
Yeah, and Good are a huge brand now. That's the thing. So I think this championship, I wonder if they're going to do something. You know, I imagine it'll be 72-hole stroke play, but there's going to be something on the Tuesday or Wednesday that is going to bring in a different audience. I don't know if that's going to be a pro-am with other YouTubers, if they're going to have like different broadcasts. Is it going to be broadcast on the YouTube channel? Like I would imagine it would be. I don't know if there's been details come out about this that I've missed, but they've got to have plans to try and bring this into this younger audience. I do just wonder if this is the right thing for them to be doing, like as good. Like, is this the exposure that they need to this audience? Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm not sure they need it for exposure. I mean, they're already like a worldwide known brand, essentially, even though they are obviously a group of YouTubers. But I think there's obviously a long-term plan in place, which maybe we don't quite know fully what their kind of reasoning behind is kind of going down the line. But I definitely think
if it's not for exposure, what's it for?
I reckon,
is it just a massive flex?
Yeah,
we're here to stay.
Well,
we can be part of this.
That's kind of what my first impression was when this came out. I'm like, well, that's like the biggest flex I've ever seen. Is it a one-off? It could well be, but is it something which is going to be long term? I guess we'll find out. But to me,
what's your hunch?
If it is a long term kind of plan, I'd be surprised. I think this could be just a one and done kind of thing, just to kind of either like I said, it's going to be just a flex, or it's going to be, look what we did. We sponsored a PGA Tour tournament.
Okay. Let me tell you where I'm at. Let's
Go
go
for
back
it.
to the question, is YouTube golf the future? So there's lots of different ways of interpreting that, I guess. I don't think that what we're seeing on YouTube and just exclusively that type of content is the future. No, I don't think it is at all. I do think that YouTube is the future for golf.
Okay.
Rather than YouTube golf being the future, YouTube's the future for the game, because undoubtedly what we're seeing there with a couple of examples that I've mentioned, you guys brought up the views that these guys are getting, these ordinary people are getting. And I've pointed out the views that the Celebrity Traitors is getting on the BBC. It's all about accessibility.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy and requires no subscription fees to turn on your tele, short of your TV license and your internet costs. You turn on your TV, you can watch the Traitors anytime, any place. Open your laptop, open your phone, and you can watch YouTube anytime, any place. If I was a subscription broadcaster, I would be quite worried. I'm not just talking about Sky or BT Sports or Premier Sports, but globally.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what the deal is in the States, really. That's, their TV set up something I don't fully understand with cable and what's free and what's not.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is a subscription element to that as well. Certainly here in the UK, the subscription TV market is so fragmented, because I think if I look at it, I pay for probably 7 or 8 different things. Sky, BT Sport, Premier, Discovery, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney,
Apple.
8 straight
Yeah.
away. And there's
Yeah.
maybe even a
it's
couple others that I'm
probably
not thinking about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But 8 different locations to find the stuff you like, 8 different monthly payments for the stuff you like. It's too fragmented. So YouTube could well be the future of it. So if I'm in the PGA Tour, I guess the point I'm making is, if I'm the PGA Tour, I'm going to be reevaluating my relationships, the traditional relationships with those traditional linear broadcasters.
Yeah.
And unless they can provide some sort of non-linear solution where the subscriptions are coming down in price and it's much more accessible for that age group, that 16 to 24, then I'm going to be posing some harder questions.
Yeah.
The reality is none of those broadcasters are likely to bring down their prices. Why? Because there's so much competition. They've reached saturation point. So I can see a time coming fairly soon down the line when, whether it's PGA Tour or DP World Tour, whatever else, and by the way, it's already happening with the DP World Tour. You can watch some of that for free with the packages that you've got. I think you can watch some of it for free on maybe, is it Samsung Plus or certainly
I'm
some
not
element of
certain.
Freeview. I can see a point when the biggest events in golf are streamed by Amazon or Netflix or Discovery, one of those ones, or potentially none of them, and just goes straight onto YouTube.
Yeah. Do you think that's good for golf as a whole?
If everyone's using YouTube, then I
Yeah.
don't see how it's bad.
Do you think we'll be watching the final round of the Masters on YouTube at some point?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it
going
might not be
yeah.
the next 10 years,
No.
but it wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Yeah. I think
Without doubt, that's where it's going.
I think if they're trying to reach that larger audience, if you were to compare, let's playing devil's advocate here, if you're to compare like the likes of Bryson and Good's views in comparison to like a PGA Tour event on what those numbers are, guaranteed they're getting more numbers. So the fact that Good are sponsoring the event, in theory, they're probably hoping to get that audience to then tune into this tour event. And I wonder if it's more of a dipping the toe in the water and a bit of an exercise just to see just how much
Maybe
much kind of influence they actually have to see.
Proof of concept.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what as well as obviously, yes, it is a flex.
Yeah.
But they'll be trying to see if they can
For
drag
me,
the
it's
numbers.
a pilot event.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a test case. And I think it's going to work.
Yeah,
You're
I
saying,
think
can
it'll
you
work as
imagine
well.
a time that we'll be watching the final round of the Masters on YouTube? Well, couple of things on that. One, we're already watching highlights
Yeah.
on
that's
YouTube.
Yeah.
That's where we go when we want to see Rory shot. I did it at the weekend. Rory shot into 15, he shot into 17, he
Unreal.
shot out the trees at 7. I go to YouTube to watch that.
Yeah.
It's not like it's saved. It's not like it's recorded onto a VHS tape anymore.
No.
It's not like it's on the DVD.
Mhm.
That's where I go to see it. And the other point, well, could you have imagined a time for Bunkered when we'd be sitting talking about the Masters on a podcast? Started here in April 2004. Podcasts didn't exist.
No, that's a good
We had
point.
magazines and print publications, and that was it.
Yeah.
So the world's moving fast.
You are
And
right about.
I
like,
could see
yeah.
YouTube stands to profit massively.
The-
As long as it doesn't get taken over by some, I don't know, let's call him Elon Musk or something like that.
No idea who you mean.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you're right about the fragmentation side of things, though, because it's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
in every sport now, we're getting to the point where you need to have all these subscriptions to watch football, or if you're like tennis is going that way as well.
Mhm.
YouTube is the one thing that's easy for everyone to
That's
get
the
onto,
point. Yep.
and that's probably why, like traditional YouTubers, what a phrase that is.
I know.
But
Wow.
people like good do so well because it's easy to access. Like you can go on right now and start watching.
I'm literally right.
Yeah,
Got it right here.
on your laptop right there. You can't really do that for third round of the John Deere Classic and just watch the full coverage of that, can you? So
Mhm.
that's part of the appeal, is the accessibility of it. And if tour golf is going that way, which I think you're right that it is, Michael, and that
Mhm.
in a decade's time we might be watching Scotty Scheffler winning his 7th Masters on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I think it has to move fast, though. I mean, because I can already hear people in their cars or in their showers or whatever listening to this and going, yeah, but Liv has tried to make YouTube
Yeah.
work and it really hasn't.
Yeah.
So
Not
it's a fair challenge,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's, Liv is a completely new product.
It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a core, it's developing it. It probably doesn't have a core fan base just yet that is
Mhm.
moving to YouTube en masse. But the PGA Tour has been around for decades and decades and decades, and that's where
Yeah.
all the best players, in my opinion, or the best players still play. Scotty's there, Rory's there. After that, I'm
Tommy.
not massive. Tommy Fleetwood, yeah. I mean, after Rory and Scotty, I'm splitting hairs.
Yeah.
But the best players on the PGA Tour, the coolest events, the most historic events, not coolest events, I'll be pulled up for that. The most historic events,
Yeah.
some of the best courses. It's established. People, when you say PGA Tour, people know what it is.
Yeah.
If that was to go fully onto YouTube,
Mhm.
I think, yeah, of course people are going to gravitate
Yeah.
towards it.
And you've also got one destination to go to rather
Yeah.
than multiple
7 or 8 different subscriptions.
Yeah. And as well as that as well, it's like if you're because you're able to then broadcast it globally as well, and then it's one destination for anyone around the world to go into. What does that mean then for other networks around the world as well? So
And there's no reason why Sky Sports couldn't be part of that. There's no reason why Sky Sports still couldn't be the main broadcast partner.
Mhm.
The platform is changing.
Yeah.
We're seeing it. Look at this. That magazine there. Yes, magazine's still a core part of our business, but less so than it was.
Yeah.
Digital is taking over. So again, it's the similar thing.
Mhm.
Linear TV solutions, people are gravitating away from. It doesn't mean that the broadcasters have to get left behind.
yeah,
Bunkered's a good example of leaning into different platforms
yeah,
and different areas. Sky Sports can be part of that. They'll just need to adjust their business model and find a different solution potentially.
Mhm.
But I would be quite worried if Sky Sports left the business altogether and you lose all that broadcasting talent, that talent behind the cameras, and the galleries making the calls on where we're going to go next. There's an awful lot of talent at Sky Sports.
Mhm.
The problem isn't them. The problem is that you need to adapt to match consumer behavior. And this emerging consumer, these kids are accustomed to watching YouTube on their TVs. They're accustomed to watching YouTube on their smartphones at school, at the weekends.
yeah.
That's where you have to lean in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Adapt to match consumer behavior. That's the most basic principle of business if you're wanting to be sustainable.
Yeah, they do say that the kind of the kids of today are a YouTube generation where they are
Oh, yeah.
watching everything on YouTube. Like YouTube's the most watched app. There's a statistic somewhere, but it's by a comfortable distance. I think it's almost double what Netflix is in terms of people watching it globally. So it just shows you there is a massive potential to obviously try and get a new audience as well.
Yeah. And the smart
but
people
by
on
by
tour
using
are
it.
getting involved in it. Bryson's already, he's led the way on that front. Tommy Fleetwood's starting it now as well.
Yeah.
Ian
There's
Poulter.
Ian
He's
Poulter.
got a channel,
Listen,
yeah.
there's a gravitation towards YouTube
Mhm.
by a lot of influential people and organizations. And the PGA Tour is just the latest. This isn't YouTube coming to them. This is them going to YouTube. They're gravitating towards YouTube and
Yeah.
using the right channels to get what they want out of it.
Mhm.
YouTube's massive and it's here to stay.
Yeah.
The thing is, James, I suppose people listening to this will be saying, yeah, must be easy to establish a channel and get it going. I hate to call you this because
I know I hate that you're going to call me.
You're a bit of a golf YouTuber.
Yeah.
Not a bit. He is.
Could anybody do it?
I mean, anybody could do it, but you need to have a very good idea of what kind of content you're going to put out there. And you also need to be very, very driven and very consistent with what you do and what you post. Anyone can do it, but are you going to get 2 million plus subscribers, and is your content going to take off? No, it's not guaranteed. But what you will find very quickly with the stuff that you do put out, you can then try and mold it and fit it to what your audience is looking for. Like if you go onto the Bunkered YouTube channel, we're very gear heavy, and we have the podcast out there, and people come to see the latest and greatest kind of reviews and new equipment, and also to come and see us when we're talking about this kind of stuff right now. But
we can't do everything.
But we can't do everything.
Well, we could, but I think the point is we shouldn't.
Yeah. And I think when you've got guys like Good Goods, Bob Does Sports, Four Brothers, Jimmy Bullard's got a podcast now. Andy Murray's been obviously doing stuff with the Four Brothers as well. These guys are doing it full time. And week in, week out, you're going to get a video which is going to give you, I mean, those names in particular, there's something different across that whole range of what you're getting. But the one thing that stands out is personality.
That's it.
And that's what people want. And it's giving you that little insight and fly on the wall experience of, yes, you're watching golf, but you're seeing the banter and how they are as an individual as well.
It's simpler than that.
Yeah.
People just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
You're choosing YouTube because, that's an entertainment platform. And that's where you can, waste some of the hours that you'd actually have fewer of than you probably realize.
Yeah.
Is that, just want to tune in there because it's quick, it's easy. I open my phone's probably open anyway. I'll just jump onto YouTube and I'll watch something. Yeah. As opposed to flicking aimlessly through the TV guide or
there's nothing on telly.
Is radio time still a thing? Are people still buying it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I can't say I've bought it anytime soon, anytime recently.
It's interesting though.
Yeah, really.
People who are getting into golf and using that as the vehicle on YouTube. Jimmy Bullard, you mentioned, former footballer. Then you've got Charlie Mulgrew, used to play for Celtic. He's got a YouTube channel now. Ryan Wilson, former Glasgow Warriors and Scotland rugby player.
Scrum to Scratch.
Yep, he's involved. Andy Murray's involved. People have obviously realised that golf's quite a good vehicle. And they're all trying to get.
There's a big audience. There's a good audience for you.
Quite right.
Yeah, don't blame them.
Yeah,
fair play to them.
Indeed. Right. Okay. I'll be interested to see how the good event goes. Genuinely wish them best of luck with it. I think it's going to be an interesting test case to see how that all works.
Yeah,
and
I'd agree.
There's so many logistics about it that I just have so many questions. Who's going to broadcast it? Is that part of the deal? PGA Tour's got a lot of broadcast partners around the world that are lucrative deals. Is Good going to get priority over all those to have even exclusivity to broadcast it on their channel? Don't know, but interesting. Lots of things that we'll find out in due course. But yeah, best of luck to them. I don't think that they will be the last golf YouTube account to sponsor a big event.
What I will say, if they're inviting any YouTube...
Thanks, Lewis. I was just moving on, but that's fine. You crack on.
No, well, look,
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Look, there's a man sitting in the middle of us here. If they're inviting any YouTube personalities to take part in any...
Absolutely shameless.
Either PGA Tour event or the Pro-Am before it, any content opportunities, can send this man here. You can take a week off from the podcast.
No, you can't. That's absolutely... That is shameless, by the way.
Well, I can't do it then.
And I love it.
Never mind.
But yes. Nice try, Lewis.
Tried.
I'm going to move on.
Thanks, Lewis.
Asked and answered. Let's see if I can get this right. If the answer is... Oh, hang on, Lewis. This is your one. Yeah, you've done this. So if the answer is 67 million to 1, what is the question? I've got some responses here from our social media audience. Will I do those first before you guys?
Yeah, go on.
Crack on. So if the answer is 67 million to 1, what is the question? Frequent contributor to this particular section, MB Rabs on Twitter, says, is it the odds on Keegan Bradley ever unpacking his Medina suitcase? That's a man when he's down.
That's
For those who don't understand that is brilliant, by the way.
That's very good.
Keegan Bradley is refusing to open the suitcase he got from his first Ryder Cup at Medina in 2012 until such times as he has a victory in the Ryder Cup to his name, whether that's as a player or as a captain.
Honestly, at this point, just keep it shut. That thing's going
Yeah.
to smell bad.
Oh,
doesn't
God,
it?
yeah. That's the stench of defeat
Oh,
Yeah.
will come pouring out and much
yes,
more besides.
Much more.
But yeah, very, very good. I like that. Daniel Staunton, what are Michael's actual odds of a hole-in-one?
Oh, you're banned.
Yeah.
Blocked and reported. Gordy Bell, what are Hearts' odds of winning the Scottish Premier League? Hang on, Gordy,
Whoa.
if you're...
That must have been before the weekend.
Yeah.
Gordy, wow. No, I think they'll be a lot shorter than that now.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I'm not a betting man. I don't gamble, but it's 67-1 for Hearts to win the league. I think I would maybe put a pound
Yeah,
on that.
never mind 67 million to 1.
Yeah. Jeez, oh. And Pete Wells, what are the odds of a weekend round taking less than 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
In brackets, get a bloody move on, everyone.
Do you think he tweeted that from the golf course stuck behind someone?
Yeah, 100%.
Was it a bad weekend, Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's always the first one you go to. How'd you play it? Oh, it was so slow out there. I didn't play well,
No.
did
Yeah,
you?
exactly. Some
Yeah.
good suggestions. Gentlemen, you got anything for me?
I do. What are the chances of Jordan Bloody Gumberg holding
Oh.
his second shot to get his tour card?
Oh, we're going to talk more
Good on
about
him.
Jordan
Yeah, we'll
in
get
part
to that.
2.
I don't know why
wow.
Jordan Bloody Gumberg
This is
is.
his middle name.
Is
yeah,
it?
it's a
Well,
middle name. Yeah.
We'll get to that after.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is it the chances of James getting all the answers right in my question, my quiz in the second half?
Oh, is it a quiz?
There is a little quiz. I've snuck that in
Oh,
towards the end.
James.
So.
Yeah. I mean,
Good luck with that.
I would definitely put a quid on that. You could be a 76th millionaire.
What are the odds of us becoming the new hosts of Strictly Come Dancing? Taking over from Tess and Claudia?
So
That's
why are they leaving? Have they left immediately? Or is it after this?
No, they're leaving at the end of this season.
Right. Okay.
Don't really know why, Lewis.
Oh,
Not a clue.
Okay.
Probably had
Never
enough.
mind.
I wouldn't host
Had
it.
enough, yeah.
I don't want to
Nah,
host
I
it. I want to be on it.
Would
I
you go
want-
on it? Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
Lewis, you'd be surprised. I would do an unbelievable Argentine
I wouldn't be
tango.
surprised.
Me and
Have you seen
Who'd it
Michael
be?
move across the floor
I have it.
when he needs to? It's quick.
Nifty Feet.
Nifty feet.
Nifty
yeah,
feet.
yeah, okay.
Twinkle toes they call
Well,
them.
that's the thing. Played right wing. I needed to have good feet.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I do.
Okay.
Now, me and Diane Buswell, we'd do a great Argentine tango together.
Excellent.
So,
Oh well, there you go.
yeah, the right
haven't-
answer we
yeah.
will reveal in part 2. Coming up also in part 2, Lewis is going to tell us about a brand new feature that he's about to launch this week on the Bunkered website. We're talking about Jason Day. He did something funny at the weekend. Lewis has mentioned there he's got a little bit of a quiz for us. Big podder of merit move. And we have the best new inductions to the Hole in None Club so far to date. That's all coming up in part 2 of the Bunkered podcast, brought to you by Callaway. Do not go anywhere.
With the Golf Amore card, you only pay half the green fee on over 1,400 courses in Europe. For instance, you have almost 300 courses to choose from in South Europe and almost 250 courses in Great Britain. Join over 100,000 golfers across Europe. Get a Golf Amore card and play more golf. If you go to golfamore.com/bunkered, you can enter a raffle to win a Golf Amore card. If you prefer to buy a Golf Amore card right away, you'll find a special Bunkered discount code on the same page. Visit golfamore.com/bunkered today. Golf Amore. More golf for the money.
Welcome back. Part 2 of this week's Bunkered podcast in association with Callaway. Michael, James and Lewis all here with you. Thanks very much for tuning in. Right, asked and answered. That's what we went to the break with. If the answer is 67 million to 1, what is the question? Some great suggestions all around. The correct question is, what are the odds of having 2 holes in one on the same day?
Wow.
67 million to 1. I imagine they would be 670 million to 1 for yours truly. However, the reason that is relevant, that's what college golfer, is it Neil Phillips
Think
did
so.
at the Chick-fil-A Invitational.
Great name for a tournament. Never mind the good.
By the way, amazing.
Championship.
Have you ever been to Chick-fil-A?
Never.
You must have been, James, in your travels to the States.
Spicy deluxe and the chocolate milkshake, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's
Waffle
like a-
fries are unbelievable.
Lewis, it's a
and the
better
sauce.
KFC. Now, I
Right.
know you worked at KFC
Yeah,
in
no,
your
but I'm
younger
happy
days.
to say that things are better than that. That's not a problem.
incredible value.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay.
What you want is you want the spicy deluxe, and you want to get the waffle fries, but with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
The waffle fries,
Waffle
jeez,
fries.
game changers.
Do they have Chick-fil-A in the UK?
No,
No,
they've maybe got
just-
one.
Right. Okay.
But Chick-fil-A is a funny one because
Yeah.
if I'm right, and someone correct me on this if I'm wrong, slide into the DMs. I don't think they're open on Sundays because the family that owns it,
It's Christian owned.
yeah,
it
but not
is.
just
Ah.
Christian. I mean, there are
Yeah.
Christians that work on Sundays.
Yeah.
These guys are proper
Yeah,
religious types.
Yeah,
So-
it's shut on Sunday because we tried to go. I think it was a year ago, and we tried to go, and it was obviously it was
Wait a minute.
it was Sunday, and it was shut. And I was like, oh,
Is that the same people that own St Andrews? Do they own the old course?
no.
The old course
It's owned by the
presented by
St.
Chick-fil-A.
I know Chick-fil-A is owned by the St Andrews Links Trust. It all makes sense.
Well, I mean,
Imagine-
they're doing, if the rumours are true, St Andrews Links Trust might be taking over the Duke's course in St Andrews. Say no more, James. Don't want to get you into any trouble, but they might be looking for a name for the golf course.
Chick-fil-A.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we always say, like, you look
Chick-fil-A
at
course.
like this. I think this
As long
story
as they've got
of
the
how
food in
we've
the
got
comments.
onto this, the Chick-fil-A Invitational. Where was it played? I
Right,
can't see the name of the course.
I'll give you the
but-
details on this.
Yeah,
This
go on.
Neil Phillips.
Yeah.
So Sewanee golf team sophomore. He was on the par 3 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it? That's a really good report that we've got that doesn't tell you where the thing was played. Well done. So he had his first hole one in the 8th, and then a few hours later returned to the 8th to begin his second round and did it all over again. So not just two in the same day,
Yeah.
two on the exact same hole.
I feel like we may be selling the odds slightly short here, which is unbelievable, but this isn't something you'd account for. So he started, it was like a shotgun start, and he's gone to the 8th tee, which is a par 3, and he's holed his tee shot there. Great. Started the day with a hole in one. Fantastic. 36 hole event, so goes back to tee off on the 8th hole again, goes there, and what does he do next time round? Holds it again.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible.
I would like to know where it was, what
Yeah.
the golf course was. I know
Uh-huh.
it was in Georgia. That's as much detail as the report has given.
Yeah.
But yeah, 67 million to 1.
Good
That
on him.
is- That is mildly
On the same day
impressive.
is mental.
Same day, same hole, same tournament.
My-
Remarkable.
My grandfather did it in St Andrews, but he had 2 holes in one, but not on the same day. Same hole, but the following day. So he had one on one day, and then
Jesus.
Consecutive days.
yeah, and then the next one as well.
Which
Yeah,
hole, you know?
it was on the new course, and I believe first, second, third, the fourth.
That's good.
The
going.
fourth. Yeah,
He
pretty
must have
solid.
stood up there and been like, right, here we go, same as yesterday. Oh, I've actually done the same.
Yeah.
as
Oh, I
yesterday.
have done the
Brilliant.
same.
That-
Yeah,
that is expensive. That's an
I know,
expensive few
pretty
days.
cool story.
Well done to Neil, and well done to your grandfather, James.
yeah. Thank you.
Debunked. That's a new feature coming up. Lewis, tell us more about it. What is Debunked and why should people care?
So we've all played golf long enough to know that there's some old wives' tales out there, right? You go to the driving range this week and you'll probably hear someone say to, it's a dad, let's be honest, to
It's
their,
always a dad. to
it's
his
always a
kid,
dad saying to their son or daughter, saying, right,
Yeah.
keep
The
your head
driving range, Harmon.
keep your head
Yeah.
down. That's it. Keep your eye on the ball. And I'm standing there thinking, no, you're absolutely completely wrong on what you're saying here. And that got me thinking that there's a lot of that in golf, isn't there?
Mhm.
Stuff like hold the grip as if it's a tube of toothpaste and you don't want to squeeze any of the toothpaste out. That's the perfect grip pressure. Things like that. It was
Mhm.
a bit more catchy than that. The headlines will be. But as performance editor, that got me thinking that we should really try and do something about these phrases that creep into the golf lexicon, really, and
They just become
Probably-
accepted as truth.
they become
Mhm.
accepted as truth. Exactly. So what I thought would be a good place to start is at the start of rounds, which is you'll hear a lot of people say, you never want to birdie the first, because from there people think that
Heaven
that's...
forbid you should birdie the hole.
Well,
I
the
know.
thing is,
Grief.
though, you hear this all the time, and that players will birdie the first. Oh no, I've birdied the first. I'm just going to have a nightmare now, because the thought is that you get way too excited and your heart rate gets up. You think you're going to shoot the course record, and then you shoot 100. But I've looked into this
Yeah.
to see whether it's true. I'm not going to tell you if it is true right now, because I
Yeah,
want you
don't,
to
don't spoil it.
don't spoil it. But I've spoke to good friends at ShotScope, so they've gone and crunched the numbers on this. I spoke to them and they're like, you want to look at what? You want us to go through the database and find every single round that started with a birdie ever, and every one that hasn't started with a birdie, and compare them? I was like, yes, that's what I want you to do. And so they've done that and come back to me with some numbers.
Okay.
And
Amazing.
I'm gonna reveal all on Friday on bunker.co.uk.
So
I'll
Debunked, this
look
is going to be
forward to
a recurring thing, is it then, Lewis?
Yeah.
You're going to be doing a bit of a series of this?
until we run out of things to debunk or prove to be partially true.
Yeah,
Some
okay.
of them might be. And yeah, we'll keep going for as long as possible. But what I would like to say is to listeners or people watching, if you hear maybe your playing partner has something that they always say that you think, nah, that can't be true.
Yeah.
Get in touch and I'll either go to people at ShotScope if it's statistics
That's
related,
really good.
or
Yeah.
speak to a member of the performance panel, whether it's Steve Johnston, Alistair Kyle, whoever it is on the performance panel, and say, is this true? Should you actually be doing this on the course? And we'll see. Might be
Very
true,
good.
or it might be debunked. Can you see how I got that name?
Ah,
Do
there
you
you
like
go.
that one?
Oh, I just got it. No, I didn't. That is
So-
that is brilliant, Lewis.
sounds
I'm looking
great.
forward to seeing that, and I imagine
Mhm.
there's going to be a bit of video to support it.
There
as
will
well,
be.
so,
Yes,
yeah,
you'll see
excellent.
my face telling us whether it's true or not. So
Brilliant.
Nice.
Well,
Good-
there you
good
go.
stuff.
Debunked coming to the Bunkered website and social media channels a little bit later this week, as Lewis said. But yeah, please do. If there's something you want Lewis and co to either prove or dispel, please get in touch. Slide into the DMs with details and we'll take it on for you. Public golf counts, a quick note on that. So you may hopefully have noticed last week was the official media launch of our public golf campaign. I spoke at length about that in last week's episode, so I won't do the same this time around. But it's incredible coverage, though, and it's
Yeah.
been really heartening to see and hear from so many people who share our belief that public golf is a critical part of the game's ecosystem. So, yeah, please keep getting in touch. Let us know your thoughts, share your stories, and make sure you check out bunker.co.uk/public golf counts, where you can keep across what we're up to. You can find out a bit more about it. You can learn about what our objectives are, our intentions, what we're committing to. And you can read a whole bunch of great content as well. There's some really cool stuff there and even better stuff coming. So yeah, thank you to everyone for their support so far. But this is just the beginning. This is just the start, and there's an awful long way to go. Trying to get politicians and councils to buy into anything ain't easy. So the more people that we can have speaking up with us would be absolutely brilliant. So, right, gents, let's move on. Lewis, you put this together and you noticed that Jason Day was playing with only 13 clubs at the Bank of Utah Championship. We spoke a little bit about, I guess, funky bag setups last week with Rory and various others in India choosing to go without a driver. But Jason Day has taken that one step further. You can have, as we all hopefully know by now, up to 14 clubs in your bag. Most golfers take full advantage of that and use all 14 spaces.
Absolutely.
What's going on here? Why did Jason Day play with only 13?
Well, this is so weird. This caught my eye on Thursday, first round of the Bank of Utah Championship, and Jason Day was asked about putting some new irons in the bag. So he's someone who really chops and changes his equipment a lot throughout the year. And he put some Avoda irons in, which are the same ones that Bryson DeChambeau used to win the US Open. Funky tech going on there, and you can tune into James on YouTube. We can talk about that for an hour maybe at some point.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
he put them in the bag and was testing them out, and basically got to Thursday and he only had 13 clubs that he wanted to go out and use, and just thought, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. Which to me is absolutely mental. Like, you've got the choice to put any, it's not like money's an issue, and you've got tour trucks there. Jason Day could walk on to any tour truck and take a club out onto the golf course. But he's decided not to do that, which to me just seems insane. And it actually kind of came back to bite him. So PGA Tour website said that it cost him on his final hole of that day, where he did make a bogey in a par 5. He hit a lovely tee shot, and then he was talking about windows of yardages where he kind of had everything covered, and the second shot on 18 fell into a window where he didn't have that covered. He came out after and said that he's looking to get like a 23-degree hybrid in the bag. He's got a utility wood from Callaway, which are brilliant, and he wants something a little bit more loft to kind of bridge that gap. And he didn't have anything to bridge the gap that he needed, laid up in the par 5, the last hole, and then made a 6 on it. So this has kind of come back to haunt him a little bit. But I just thought it was quite strange in that he's turned up on Thursday and thought, you know what, I only have 13 clubs that I really trust at the moment, so I'm just not going to put anything else in the bag that's going to tempt me to use it. and he just went out and played. And as you know, for 17 of the holes, it worked out really well. But
I
you're
think that
humming
is-
and ahhing.
No, I'm not. I just think that's. I might be wrong here, but that feels like just trying to be too clever by half. You know, there's a club here I don't trust, so I'm just not going to use it. I would rather have a club in my bag that I'm feeling uncomfortable with, and be able to hit and be able to go at every shot that I want to, than not.
Yes.
So these guys work so hard on dialing in their numbers for 14 clubs, so that whatever the distance, whatever the shot, they have an option.
Yeah.
To leave yourself without an option, as he did and paid the penalty for, simply because I don't like that club. I mean, you're good enough to hit it, Jason.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like odds.
Yeah.
You know, whatever the mental gremlins are, you still are good enough to hit that club.
Yeah.
Which is so much better than going, I've got no shot on here because I don't have the club to let me hit the shot I need to. I just think that's daft.
Yeah.
Why would you that's self-sabotage.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you, but then I can also see from his point of view why he might be struggling, because I'm just looking at the numbers of what he's trying to find. So his 21 degree goes 250 yards. His 5 irons going around 230, 229. So he's trying to find something which fits in that 240 window. Now, in my head, I would like something which I know and I'm going to trust a yardage. So he's probably like, I don't want to try and smash a 5 iron, and I don't want to try and, you know, feather in a 21 degree apex hybrid. So I kind of get what he's saying, because you're trying to, for those guys, they're just so good. They're trying to find launch windows, right? But at the same time, you are a good enough golfer to take a 21 and cut one in 240.
That's my entire point.
Yeah.
You are good enough to do it. So why would you, what's preferable? Feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the club, or not being able to cover the distance?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a club.
I completely agree with you,
mental.
Michael. I think it's bizarre.
Yeah.
That's what caught
And
my eye
also,
about the story.
this presumably isn't something he's just discovered.
No.
This must have been a problem for a little bit of a while now. And he's going, yeah, you know what, I'm not coming. This is your, I'm going to say like Roy, this is your job. You know, but you do this day to day, week to week. You've had plenty of opportunity to work with someone to find a club you need. Even go back. I'm sure he doesn't throw out every club.
Yeah.
Go back and use one you were comfortable with.
Of course not.
Yeah, baby.
It's your job.
It's your job.
I'm honestly, I'm baffled by that decision.
I'm absolutely baffled by it as well.
No.
The more I think about it, the more I think I think you're right in that he's trying to be too clever here and think, I only need 13 clubs. Like I don't need this gap. But then going from a 5 iron up to like a 3 hybrid, basically.
That's all well and good.
Yeah.
You only need 13 clubs. So go and get your entire bag set up for 13 clubs.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
He's had a bag set up for 14 clubs, which allows for every single compensation and every margin for error. And he's taken one out and has created a bigger margin for error.
Yeah.
That's just mental.
There's too big a gap. And I think if you are, like he said, he's going through the testing phase right now. It's like, well, if you're going through the testing phase, like surely you know what's going to be that 240 yard shot, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like you just got to, unfortunately, grow up and just try and hit the shot.
What this sort of made me think about is around new equipment season, which is coming up, new gear season, and people are always like, why doesn't Rory just do it himself? You know, he can put in any club he wants. You know,
He can.
He absolutely could do. But the benefit of that is Rory works with someone, and anyway, you know, Xander Schauffele at Callaway will go onto the truck and say, right, I need a club that's going to go 235 yards. What have you got for me? And whoever it is at Callaway can say, yeah, there's this Apex utility wood. It's 23 degrees. Let's go in the range and see now. We might tweak it down to 22 for you, put it up to 24.
Yeah.
And that can be done in an afternoon, whereas
done like that.
Jason Day is an equipment free agent at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's probably where this has come from. And it has its benefits. He can use any brand that he wants. He can put Avoldo irons in. Great. That might work for him. But he doesn't have someone on his shoulder saying,
no.
You might want to think about putting a 14th club in the bag there, Jason, because you're going to be faced with a second shot on this par 5 at some point.
It's essentially come down to this. I don't know what the yardage was, but let's say the yardage is 245. He's walking onto the golf course knowing I don't have a club that can hit that shot for me, that I can hit that shot with.
Yep.
I don't have a club that goes that number.
Mhm.
Let's hope that doesn't happen then.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, actually, the crazy thing is that he left himself the number.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you know you don't have something for that, then why are you hitting the shot that's going to leave you that number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing
Like,
just
just
seems backwards
everything's-
to me.
oh.
Yeah.
Jason, I love
No.
Jason Day. I love him. He's brilliant. The whole Malbon stuff is just
Mhm.
so cool. It's
Yeah.
why
It's
have you done
know.
that?
I,
It's hard enough.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah,
Golf
it's-
is hard enough.
yeah, surely you would go onto the course though. It's like instead of thinking it's like, oh, I don't have a club that goes 240, but I've got a shot that does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
You'd be hitting that shot on the range
Mm-hmm.
just to cover it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, going back to your point, Lewis, Jason Day is obviously a free agent, unlike, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy. If Rory McIlroy, Xander go onto one of the tour bus and he's like, right, I don't have a club that goes 240. I need it to be this kind of launch this. They can literally be like, right, well, we know your numbers and we know what you do. And they can be like, right, this is what you need. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be bang on. Jason Day, unfortunately, doesn't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Where he's going to have to
It
kind of...
implies something else.
Yeah.
This is
100%.
it feels like it's less of a technical issue and more of a
Between the
something-
ears.
Between the ears.
Yeah, I would
Mm.
say so. It did get me thinking about, like, I have friends who, well, my friend Don, who's a good golfer, and he is in exactly the same scenario as Jason Day, except he's been in this for years, and that he has a 3-wood in his bag and he just refuses to hit it. I'm like,
So he's
why?
carrying around
yeah,
extra
he
luggage.
does carry
Yeah.
around this old 3-wood that's got like 12 degrees aloft or something. He just never uses it. So he's either driver or 4-iron. I just say to him, just take it out, put another wedge in or something.
Put a wedge in or a
go and-
driving iron.
Yeah, or go and get like a 7-wood. He finally did message me yesterday. He's like, what driving irons are good to get? Like, thank you, finally.
the
But
penny has dropped.
yeah,
Yeah.
penny has dropped. But it does make you think, like, you need to be friends with every club in your bag,
course you
don't
do.
you? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who go about with driver or 3-wood or their 60-degree wedge,
Mhm.
and they think, nah, I hate this club. So when it comes to actually needing to use it, they just use something else.
Yeah,
So
I've been guilty of that with a 3-wood before.
see if the
it's just
gear
so-
or if a
you know
magazine's
what?
doing it. We've
Yeah.
got no hope,
My
do
advice
we?
to Don, and I'm glad that he's obviously done something about it,
He's thinking
which is
about
good.
it.
Finally, better late than never, Don. But if you're not comfortable hitting 3-wood, here's an idea:
Go on.
get licensed.
Yeah, well, that's been floated.
Go and
many
get
times.
licensed.
Yeah.
He's stubborn.
There's a
wasn't
place
he?
to start, eh?
Yeah, uh-huh.
There's a novel idea.
If someone can teach him how to play, then they're doing well.
Anyway, the time is fast running away from us, gents. We've got quite a bit still to cover, so I'm going to skip past Billy Horschel talking about the PGA Tour taking charge of the Ryder Cup. That's not going to happen, Billy. Also, bad idea. Let's go straight to your, as you put here, Lewis, your wee quiz. James, you all right? You ready for this, James?
Panicking.
I'm absolutely...
Lay it on us.
So a couple of weeks back, I was back home and it was my birthday, and DC Thompson give you the day off on your birthday, which is great.
What?
Yeah, I know, fantastic,
I
isn't
know-
it?
what?
Yeah,
I
shock.
never- I
Well,
must have
you
missed the
approved the
memo,
day
yeah.
off, Michael, so you must know.
I just flippantly press OK.
Yeah, right, okay, fair enough. Didn't realise what it was for.
Belated
So-
happy birthday, Lewis.
Yeah, no, you're all right. It's fine. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
And I was back home and Mum was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, nothing. I just want to sit and watch TV. And it got to about 3 o'clock and a quiz show came on called Tenable. Right?
I know
Great show.
Tenable.
Yeah.
Warwick
good.
Davis.
Warwick
Yeah.
Davis. Yeah.
Good
and
show.
the premise is that it'll be top 10 most sold chocolate bars in the UK, and the contestant will go Kit Kat and it'll go up the word boom, 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 boom. Kit Kat, number 4.
Whisper
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah, gotta be. Well, that's not the question.
All right,
Unfortunately.
okay.
Sorry.
Coffee.
So it got me thinking.
No chance. Toffee
No.
crisp.
uh,
Okay,
wrong.
tell you this then, James. When was the last time you bought a toffee crisp?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
not
exactly, if
tenable.
you have to
Few-
go.
few weeks
not
ago.
untenable, not tenable, whatever it is. This got me thinking that
Of
in
course it
golf, there's a lot of potential tenable quiz questions here.
Okay.
Okay.
And I went looking for one that might be quite good and stumbled across this, which is slightly different in that there's 11 names to get here, but we'll get to that. Rory McIlroy has won 20 times on the DP World Tour, if you include majors, WGCs, all of that, which is important. Remember that point.
Mhm.
11 golfers have won more on that tour than he has. This is including European Tour days, everything, not trying to catch out with sponsorships or anything. How many of these golfers can you name that have won more DP World
good
Tour events
question.
than Rory
Oh,
McIlroy? Now, what we're going to do, in Tenable, usually, if you were a team, it would be individuals and all of that. I'm not going to do that. You can team up, give the answer to me, but you get 3 lives.
Okay,
you
right,
don't-
that's fine.
Well,
So we can only afford to get 3 wrong.
You can get 3
Right.
wrong.
Straight away,
Colin Montgomery.
Colin Montgomery,
Yeah.
Yes, Monty is in there.
Seve Ballesteros,
Yeah.
Yep, he's number 1.
Bernard Langer.
Yes, Bernard Langer.
You nearly said no.
I know, but I'm trying to catch up. Just slow
So-
down a bit. If Tenable did it this quickly, it'd be over in 10 minutes. Can't have that. Tipping point would be straight. Tipping point would be on at 10 past 3. That's no use, is
Shepherd
it?
going, what?
Yeah, no,
What
in the
about,
green room.
The Big Easy, Ernie.
Ernie all day.
Yeah, well done.
I'm
Yes.
toying with Retief, but 20's a lot.
20 is quite a lot.
How many we got? We've got 4, and there's 7
So
to
let's
go.
do a little state of play here because I know people at
I mean-
home will be listening
Yeah.
to this,
Yeah.
trying to get theirs as well. So we've got Seve, he's number 1. Well
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
50 wins there. Langer in at
Yep.
42, he's number 2. You're missing number 3. You've got Monty in at 4. Then we're missing 5 and 6. We've got Els at 7.
Baldo.
Yes, correct.
He's
He
3,
is.
isn't he?
No, he is
Oh.
number 5, just tucked in behind
Oh.
Westwood.
Westwood's there. 25 wins.
20
behind.
affliction Malaysia.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
win.
Win's a win.
Um,
Laughable.
You're doing well here. You've
Well,
not
I mean,
lost any
are we
lives.
including Tiger Woods here? Because he wasn't a DP World Tour member
Yeah.
at any point.
But he's
But the
won.
wins count. So yeah, Tiger Woods obviously.
Yeah, number 3. That's why I was at pains to say that you want to think
Oh,
about
nice.
major
PG?
championships.
well, I was thinking that, but what about?
So much the PGA
But
Tour though.
I'm thinking about one of the other Spaniards though. I'm thinking like
Ollie.
either that.
Oh, Sergio must be.
Sergio must be, or
Is he?
even Miguel. 20 is a lot for Miguel though.
That's too many. I think.
Yeah.
That's how many we got, Lewis?
So you've got Seve at 1, Langer at 2, Tiger at 3, Monty at 4, Baldo at 5. You're missing number 6.
Okay.
You've got Els at 7, Westwood at 8, and then you're missing 9 and tied 10th.
So we've got 4 to get,
Yes.
and we've not used a life yet.
You've not
okay.
used a life, doing really well.
Oh,
The money's stacking up.
Goosen's won a couple of majors. Hang on. Here's a different way of thinking about it. Let's think
go
about
for it.
Ryder Cup stalwarts.
Mm.
Woosnam.
Oh yeah, Woozy.
Final answer?
Woozy, yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. Well done. 29. So
Sandy
you've
Lyle?
done incredibly well so far here.
Sandy Lyle's maybe too many.
Yeah, I think it's too many. I know he won the Masters, but I don't think he's won that many. What about
There's going to be...
someone like Tony Jacklin or someone like that?
No, it's... Like, European Tour was 72. He'd already won 2 majors by then, so if they're counting them retrospectively, maybe, but...
Mm.
Oh, good grief. Sam Torrens, I don't
No.
know. Sandy Lyle. Bernard Gallagher.
Parnevik?
Not a chance.
I'm thinking of Swedes. I'm just thinking.
Oh, Stenson, maybe.
Yeah.
Ben
Kinda.
Shepherd's getting impatient here.
Ben Shepherd can bite me. Podrick Harrington.
Oh,
No, I'm afraid not.
No way, really?
The life's gone.
wow.
I mean, I suppose he's played so much around the world as well. Like,
Yeah.
he played in the Phoenix Open and like the Dunlop Phoenix Open in Japan.
2 lives left.
3 to go.
You've got 3 names to get.
I think Ollie, surely.
Ollie. 2 Masters, so straight away. Just needs another 18. Oh, that's hard though.
Yeah.
Was Ollie a prolific winner? Your shout, James, if you want to go for it.
Olafable.
He's right. Well
Yeah.
done,
Yes!
James.
Come on.
Excellent. Fantastic. I was willing you on.
Oh my
there.
goodness. Wow. Okay.
23.
23.
What,
Good grief.
where was he?
Be like 9th or 10th, is he?
Yeah, 9th. So we've got the tied for 10th players here. You've done this almost in perfect order. Been incredible.
Oh God.
Who's been Ryder Cup captain? Valdo, Monty, Langer, Seve, Bernard Gallagher. It's not Gallagher, is it? It's not Bernard Gallagher. Sam Torrance has played the 2nd or 3rd most events on tour. Was he winning them all in the 80s?
Don't think he. I mean, I wouldn't have thought so.
We're going to run out of time here. aren't we?
Yeah, the clock is ticking here.
Okay. How long do we have?
I didn't put a timer on it, but I'll give you another 2 minutes.
Okay. Right. Let's not waste any lives here. Let's use the time.
Okay.
VJ's on the table.
I
for
was
me.
thinking VJ and
Adam Scott may be on the table.
Producer Dex has started the clock. I can see it
Oh,
on his
that-
two
wristwatch.
minute timer.
Greg Norman. Greg Norman, surely.
Great white shark.
Greg
Going
Norman.
for it?
Yep.
No.
Oh, balls.
One
One
life.
life.
One life.
Right. Let's use it wisely. And we'll hit him with 3 answers all in the one.
Okay.
VJ,
VJ.
Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Sergio.
Okay.
How are we feeling about Sergio? Don't waste time.
Sure.
Instinct,
Yeah.
yes or no?
Yeah. Sure.
Right, you like
yeah.
it? Okay.
Last guess here if you get it wrong.
Yeah, but I know how the game works, Lewis.
Yeah,
No
I'm
need-
just trying
no
to
need
build
to be-
tension like
yeah, no
Warwick
need to be
Davies, so
wide.
I'm now.
And
God, there's someone really obvious. I actually know it must be somebody really obvious.
Luke Donald hasn't won
No.
20, has he?
He's not
A minute left. 60 seconds.
Darren Clark.
Yes.
There has to be an Irishman in there as well as
Yeah.
Rory. No, but no.
No?
If Rory's on 20, we're talking about those who've got more than him.
Yeah.
It's not possible that Darren Clark's got more than Rory.
Ah, shit.
This is really annoying, Lewis.
You're doing really well.
I know. Not well enough. We're
Not well
on
enough
yet.
at the moment. We're getting up to 30 seconds left.
What about like someone like French? Levay?
No.
No?
Well, like 4 wins probably at most. There's got to be another English player in there. There's so many English players over the years.
15. Gonna have to rush you. Come
Right.
on.
Let's pick 2
You
names.
Yeah, you still need 2 names. Come on.
Right, fine. VJ and Sergio. Done.
Yeah.
No, wrong.
Neither?
Both of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
And the worst bit is you said both these names
You're
in your
joking.
conversation. Probably because you said most European tour golfers
Oh, my God.
that have ever existed. Do you want to know who it is?
Retief Goosen?
No. Jimenez, 21.
I'm so sorry. I'm
You were.
so
James
sorry.
was adamant. And Torrance.
Oh,
You said him as well.
Really?
Yeah, 21 wins.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say him when
So
you're
was-
talking
so-
about winning in the 80s.
So that was tied 10th, was it?
Yeah, 21 wins, both of them. One more than Rory.
Oh,
Who was
So you did well. Look, I'll go through the list here. Seve's got 50.
Mm.
Langer 42. Tiger 41. Monty 31. All credit to him. Baldo 30. Woosnam 29. Els 28. Westwood 25. Olathbal 23. And Jimenez and Torrance stuck on 21
Harsh.
wins, which you didn't
Wow.
get. But really good effort.
yeah,
Good,
thanks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Decent.
Good going.
I thought I saw the cigar quite a few times.
I just thought, like,
That's
20's a big number.
It is a big number.
But
yeah,
then
for
again,
Rory.
I should have applied the same logic with Torrance.
Yeah,
They played
longevity.
So
outside David Howell. They're
Mm.
I think, they've played the most events in the DP
Believe
World
so,
Tour, so
yeah.
they've given themselves the biggest opportunity.
Yeah.
Michael. What a tool.
Oh, well.
Right, let's move on to something else. Podder
I
of
enjoyed it.
Merit.
that was good,
Nice.
Lewis.
Yeah, good. I'm glad
Very
you
good.
enjoyed it.
Thanks, Lewis.
Got the
That was
brain
decent.
going, yeah.
And you're about the same height as Warwick Davis as
Yeah.
well, so if there's another job going.
Yeah. That's tough.
Right, Podder of Merit.
Aren't you smaller than Lewis?
Nope. Last week was the Genesis Championship.
He's absolutely
He's gone fuming.
I don't know if
Sorry.
that can go in. Can that go in?
Right, calm down, Warwick. It's fine.
Oh, don't
Last
get short
week,
with me.
Genesis Championship won by Jung Wang Lee. Sorry. And listen, we've got to have a bit of a chat here. Lewis, you
Yeah.
picked Jordan Gumberg, and we had a bit of a laugh and all other sort of stuff at your expense. We were
Yeah.
incredulous as much as anything else
Mhm.
as to why you picked Jordan Gumberg. He finished in a tie for 7th, but that's really underselling it.
Yeah.
Jordan also needed a good finish last week to keep his DP World Tour card.
Mhm.
Got into the final hole, hitting his 3rd shot into
Yep.
the final, and like to the 72nd hole, and he needed birdie minimum to have any kind of hole.
Yeah. I think at the time he probably thought he needed a birdie, but in reality, I believe that wedge shot had to go in for him
And
to
it
keep
did.
his playing rights. And
Eagled it from
lo and
about 100
behold,
yards or so.
it was around
Oh.
80, 100 yards maybe.
Absolutely incredible scenes. If you've not seen it, go online and check it out. It is extraordinary.
Yeah.
And it just, again, leads me to assume that you have some sort of precognitive ability, Lewis, because you are bossing this game.
I'm also thinking this.
You should
What are the numbers?
Remarkable.
bet lose.
So you went with Jordan Gumberg, tied 7, 2 points. Well done.
Thanks.
James, you went with Tristan Lawrence.
Missed
Missed
the
the cut. Surprised by that.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, big ask when these guys are traveling all the way to the other side
Yeah.
of the world as well.
Here, you
That's-
say that. Jordan Gumberg's played in pretty much every single event that he possibly could this year.
I'm not
Yeah.
bothered by Tristan Lawrence missing
No.
the cut because Keita Nakajima, who I picked, did make the cut.
Hey,
Tied
well
for
done.
54th.
He's on the board.
Point on the
A
board.
point. A point on the board.
Yes.
So, as it stands, Lewis, you are now on 14 points. One
Yes,
more point
one more.
will do it for you and you will win. James, you remain on 5 points and I am on the solitary 1. Oh, look, I feel like a winner already. I feel like I've won.
Off the bottom.
genuinely feel like
well,
I've won.
on the bottom of the table, but
So,
moving.
indeed.
Progress is being
Progress.
made. Yeah, well
Progress.
done.
I feel like one of those guys that's blobbed the first 7 holes for Stableford and has double bogeyed.
But he gets a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Double bogeyed the 8th
Mhm.
and is picking up a point.
You get a
You
shot.
feel
in
like
the
a
eighth, though,
hero
don't you?
walking to that 9th
Yeah.
hole.
We're off the
So
board.
off and running.
Well
the
done.
comeback is on. This week there is no PGA Tour, DP World Tour, or Live event, and there is a regular LPGA event. Lewis, what is that event?
It's the Maybank
The
Championship.
Maybank Championship. So, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's hear your picks. So the order this week: Lewis is going first, then it's yours truly, and then it is you, Mr. Tate.
Yeah.
I'll go with Gino Titicum. Going opposite end of the spectrum, Jordan Gumberg was complete rank outsider last week, and well done to him. Just remarkable. I cannot get over that watching that on Sunday
Incredible,
morning. It's just incredible.
In fact,
So-
sorry, can I just pause there before we get to the picks for this week?
Yeah.
I know you've just claimed Gino, that's fine. You've reminded me, I did actually get an email. Let me just pull this up.
Go on.
Yeah, an email sent to the bunkered inbox from someone called Grant Stewart. Grant wrote, "Afternoon, gents." This was Sunday afternoon. After last week's podcast and the Podder of Merit, I looked up Jordan Gumberg on my betting app as I was intrigued. I'm not a huge golf betting man, obligatory 3 or 4 each way bets for each major, but I never bet on DP World Tour events. He was showing as high as 600 to 1
Yep.
each way, and I had a
That's
free
unreal.
£1 bet, so I thought nothing to lose other than the £1. I didn't quite have the faith that he would place in the top 8, so I went for the more meagre odds of 475 to 1
Meagre.
each way to place inside the top 12. Of course, he finished in a tie for 7th. £82 I wouldn't have had otherwise had I not listened to last week's podcast. So well done, Lewis. You've banked the man some
He's
money.
welcome.
He says,
Good
I'm
on him.
happy to chuck some of that to the Public Golf Counts campaign if there's a just given. Cheers,
Good
Grant
man.
Stewart. Grant, thank you for that. That's a very kind offer. There is no just giving at the moment. So instead, what I would advise you to do, and this is your money, it's up to you, do as you please, but if you want to contribute to the campaign, I would take that £82 and I would invite some pals and I would go and play a public golf course at your next opportunity, whether that's Belial in Ayrshire or Kings Links in Aberdeen or Dalmuir or somewhere else. Like, pick a public or community-owned golf course and go and treat yourself to a free, essentially, round of golf. They'll appreciate the money and we'll appreciate the sentiment, and you'll probably have a hole-in-one. So,
The
Yeah,
way it's
because
going, his
the way
luck,
things
yeah.
are, yes.
And
So
tag
well
us-
done, Grant.
and
Thank
tag
you
it-
for getting in
Tag us
touch.
when you're there.
Exactly that. Let us know how you get on. So yeah, well done, Lewis. You've made Grant's weekend by the sounds of things. Back to the Maybank Championship. So you are picking Gino, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I thought, Jordan Gumberg was ranked basically 700th in the world. So this time I'll just go with the world number 1. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
No frills.
Okay, I'm going to go for Angel Yin.
Yep.
A player who's done fairly well this year. She's a really exciting player on her day. I enjoy watching Angel play. First saw her at close quarters at the 2017 Solheim Cup in Iowa. She was just brilliant. And yeah, I really like her. So Angel for me.
I'm going to go with Lottie Wood.
Lottie Wood. Wow, good shout.
Mm.
Obviously, a great rising talent, has just obviously gone pro this year and came out with a bang in her first tournament, obviously at Dundonald. but has been very impressive throughout the year. So I think Lottie Woods is going to be picking up the trophy.
Yeah, good field actually.
Yeah,
We've got
solid.
Lydia Ko, Andrea Lee, Celine Boutier, Carlotta Saganda, Ronnie Yin.
Yeah, she won it last year.
Lynn Grant in there as well, Nasa Hataoka. Yeah, really, really good field. So, come on, Angel. Let's get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
We've got some momentum. Yeah, exactly. And absolutely no offence, Gino, but I hope you missed the cut. So, keep the game going.
I don't think she'll mind, to be honest. I don't know if she'll be listening.
I don't think she'll miss the cut either.
No, I don't think she will.
So, okay, that's as it stands. Right, we'll finish up with the latest instalment of the Hole in None Club because I've had a couple of brilliant emails from people over the last week or so. So, gents, listen up. This one here is from Gordon Rafferty. Good afternoon, Michael. Good afternoon, Gordon. I've just been listening to the podcast about the magnificent Hole in None Club, and with abject shame, I have to share something with you and your team. Listening now, Gordon.
Okay.
Bad start.
You have my attention.
You had my interest, now you have my attention. I am 65 and I've been playing golf since I was about 10 and I've never had a hole in one. Well, there you go. You've understood the rules of the game. Close but no cigar on many occasions. He goes on, I am not yet prepared to admit this will never happen in my life as I still play off a decent handicap. My shame, however, is related to my wife.
Oh.
She started playing golf this year and is a complete beginner. She's doing great, and it's a pleasure heading out to play the 9 at Barassi on a regular basis with her, especially when she drives me home after a drink at the bar. We went on holiday to golf at La Manga a few weeks ago. She teed off at par 3 early in the round and very, very nearly holed her tee shot. It was at this time, says Gordon, I was struck with a sense of shame, as had she holed that tee shot, I would have needed to pretend like I've never pretended before that I would have been happy for her. Does that make me a bad husband? As this is
That's
such
hilarious.
a shameful thought, I'd like this to be kept our secret, and I hope this allows me into your prestigious club. Should my wife also be a member before she gets one, he asks. For the sake of privacy, my name is Gordon, my wife is Susan, and we both play at Barassi.
Amazing.
Actually, I'm now wondering, is
Yeah.
he intending me just to keep this to myself? But no,
Well,
surely
it's
not.
too late.
Too late now, Gordon.
You can't.
I'll tell you what, if you want
Yeah.
if you want those details kept to yourself, keep them to yourself, Gordon. That is
Don't write
absolutely,
into the host of a podcast.
that is amazing. And do you know what?
I'd be livid too.
I'm on Susan's side here.
Yeah, quite right. She doesn't need to not make a hole in one to
Yeah, go on,
save
Susan.
Gordon's feelings. Yeah, hopefully she gets one.
I really hope she does.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're playing together at Barassi. Super.
And Gordon sounds like he's got some fairly good chat as well, so I'm quite happy to have him in the Hole in None Club. So,
yeah, well, so he's been playing since he was 10 and he's now 6, so 55 years. So that's a good.
Good. That's a
Yeah,
good age on
eligible.
that.
Yeah,
Eligible.
definitely eligible.
So
yeah.
you guys can have Susan when she makes it. I hope you guys
Yeah.
get Susan in your club fairly soon.
That's fine.
Me and
Sounds
Gordy
like
are going to be
she's
hanging out at the
getting
bar.
close.
She's getting close.
Right, the
Amazing.
next one. It's quite a long email, this, so bear with me because this is, without a shadow of doubt, the greatest email we've ever received, and you'll soon see why. Michael, I'm writing to you from San Francisco, California. I listen to the podcast religiously and deeply appreciate the Scottish take on golf. I find that I share almost all the same views as you personally about golf, and thus listening to you while I make dinner or do the dishes is just affirming. Who doesn't love that? I love that.
Brilliant.
Good start
Set
to
the
this
scene.
email.
Solid start.
Setting the
That's the
scene.
way to get your email
Yes,
read out
yeah.
on air. I agree with the host.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I myself have never had a hole in one despite playing golf my entire life and since my mid-20s playing 40 plus rounds every year, I would like to nominate my friend Rob Bader as the first posthumous member of the Hole in None Club. Rob and I became friends in 2010 and golf bonded us. We worked at the same law firm, and a few months after we began to work together, we were at a firm retreat outside of Boston. We barely knew each other. However, we realised we were both golf fanatics over a very boozy dinner one night at the retreat. In our stupor, we decided to wake up at 5 a.m. to take a cab to a 9-hole course called Sassamon Trace for a quick knockabout before the meeting started back up. I'm loving this already.
Yeah.
We arrived wildly hungover. I was in my late 20s and he was in his mid to late 30s. We rented clubs that were made by brands we'd never heard of. AMF, he says, I think they make bowling equipment, which I think
Yeah,
is
they
correct.
did.
Huh?
Yeah, they did.
And we set out to find the first tee. We were informed the first tee was next to a large metal cap on the ground that held in the methane gas as the course was built on a landfill.
Brilliant. What a place to play.
We played a few holes and reached what I believe was the par 3 fifth. Rob got to the tee and said, and he says, and I promise I'm not making this up, I'm hitting it great. You know I have never had a hole in one. It would be just my luck if I made a hole in one on a landfill course, batting away mosquitoes.
Wow.
Well, Rob's shot sailed straight at the flagstick. I screamed, go in, while Rob was screaming, no, don't fucking go in. Not here, another day. The ball leapt out and finished behind the hole, dangling precariously close to the edge. He made a 2. We played hundreds more rounds together after that. We both vacillated between 7 and 11 handicaps, depending on the year, so we weren't terrible. He never came closer to a hole-in-one than he did on that day, and we always joked it was his fault for talking the ball out of falling into a perfectly good hole. The last round I played with him was at Paso Tiempo on my birthday 3 years ago. He was already rife with cancer and couldn't finish the round. He died at age 51 a few months later. I don't mean this to be sad, though I do miss my best friend terribly. However, Rob had a dark sense of humour, and he would have loved joining the Hole in None Club. I told this story at his funeral, and sadly I was so upset when I delivered the story that I forgot I was in a church and blurted out the word fucking, much to the amusement of the attendees who needed a laugh. I hope he can join. I'm in touch with his 3 kids, and they sure love stories about their dad. Thanks, Michael. Keep it up. I love Bunker. That is from Blake Williams. I was emotional. I was emotional when I saw that email come in. And I'm feeling it again now, actually, a little bit of a lump in my throat, because that is just, that's golf. That is just the beauty of golf. Just those, one, meeting somebody and striking up a friendship with a complete random stranger and bonding over golf. That's going for rounds hungover at a random place that just so happens to be a landfill. That is having a lifetime of memories, and that's continuing the memories and whatnot after the person's gone. So, Blake, it is with the genuine greatest of honours that we will 100% bring Rob into the club. 100%. So thank you so much for getting in touch and telling us that story. And best wishes to Rob's 3 kids as well. Let them know that, you know, for whatever this is, the Bunker podcast, the reach that we've got, their dad's name is going to be on this episode and in our little club forevermore. Just brilliant. What a game. What an absolutely brilliant
What a great
game.
story.
I don't think there's any sports or games, obviously we're biased because we play golf, but there's not really any others that can give you memories and kind of stories like that. Is there? Because if you're something, you know, like football, for example, like you have to be like a professional to that extent to do something like that. But 2 guys who are, you know, high single figure handicaps who just go out and play when they're hungover, and memories like that that'll last a lifetime. So
it's just the best.
Absolutely the best game. So thanks very much for that email, because I think we all read that and it was quite emotional. Like
it was absolutely. Yeah. I choked up reading it and feeling it again now, to be honest. So thank you, Blake, for getting in touch, and thank you, Gordon, as well. Gordon, really hope you and your wife can work it out. Let us know, what's the view like from the spare room, Gordon.
If that is his real name.
That's true.
Anonymous.
Yeah, maybe.
That could be his made-up name.
Yeah. Or maybe it's someone that real Gordon doesn't actually like, and he's trying to throw someone. There's lots of different ways to look at this. I choose to believe that it's the real Gordon Rafferty.
Yeah, sure.
So, keep them coming, ladies and gents. The Hole in None Club continues to grow arms and legs. So, keep your stories coming. We're absolutely loving reading them. There's a lot more that we have to get through, but just keep sending them in. That is it for this week, I'm afraid. The Bunkered podcast over for another week. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Much
Enjoy Halloween when it comes.
Cannot wait. And before we finish up, I have one more goodbye to say, and that is to the man sitting in the corner over here, producer Dex, the quiet part of the show, the man who pulls it all together and keeps us right and keeps us mostly to time. Dex is moving on to pastures new after, about 3 years at Bunkered at the end of this week. He's choosing to go it alone, and he's going to be massively successful doing it, setting up his own freelance business. So, producer Dex, thank you very much for everything you've done for the show. Much appreciated indeed. A round of applause.
Yeah.
What a man.
Yeah, well deserved.
And keep in touch. So that is it for this week. Until next week, ladies and gents, enjoy your golf, enjoy Halloween. Do not steal my idea for Halloween in St Andrews. That's mine. TM, right? TM. And we will see you next time around. Until then, thank you very much to Callaway, of course. Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.